Hello, and welcome to the Consider Your Mind Podcast. I'm your host, Eric King, and along with my co-host, Mino Pachan, we're here to talk about all things mental health. Let's get into it.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Consider Your Mind Podcast, episode number 20.
20!
We finally made it, folks. That's good. Good little
Bro.
20 episodes under the belt.
It feels too good. It feels amazing, man. I think we started, these few months ago, and we already at 20 episodes, man. Where did the time go, bro?
Still in the early stages of everything, but hey, it's a good milestone to hit. You know, especially when learning on the way, doing things as we go, and learning the ropes. So it's been a journey so far, and I'm excited to continue the journey. Obviously, mental health is a lifelong battle, and no days off, man. So
Straight up, no days off with that.
yeah, I mean, last week we had pretty much a pretty interesting episode as well. We talked a little bit about was it eating disorders?
OCD and ADHD. So, behavioral disorders that we also, hear people talk about, like, oh, I'm a little OCD about this, or man, I can't pay attention. I think that's my ADHD acting up. So things that we hear and even joke about, So, so we wanted to take it a little bit more seriously and see what it actually looks like. And so we kind of continue that theme today with, bipolar disorder, aka manic depression.
Yeah. And it's crazy with bipolar. I mean, I'm sure we all heard it too. Oh, he's just a little bipolar, or she's a little bipolar. But when you think about it, a lot of us kind of deal with that a little bit from time to time. You're a little getting too excited, you're too low. It's a crazy thing of mood swings.
Yeah, mood swings. We all have mood swings. We all get moody. So
and with people that deal with this disorder, it's like it's to the max. You know what I mean? Like someone that gets angry, and they get real angry. Like they're about to Super Saiyan on somebody.
That's really the visual, man. I heard it actually defined like this. A guy that was looking for some information on, Dr. Dominic Sportelli. He said, if mood swings is a campfire, bipolar disorder is a fire out of control, like a forest fire out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if mood swings is a little
unpredictable, wild,
It's a wildfire, out of control, man. So,
and for those that don't know, bipolar disorder is also known as manic depression, as Erica said earlier. It's a disorder associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive lows and manic highs. It's a very common thing. More than 3 million U.S. cases per year. Treatment can help. But with these conditions, it can't be cured. Again, like many things with mental health, it's a lifelong battle that you got to go through and work on it every day. Something with bipolar does require a medical diagnosis, so seeing a specialist to get that treated. And some of the symptoms are things that we deal with day to day too. So that's what makes it hard. Do I actually have bipolar, or is it just just going through the moods? Because symptoms are like high energy, reduced need for sleep. People that work a lot, they don't need that sleep, or they're used to it. It's not always healthy. Loss of touch with reality. And that goes back to what we talked about in the early episodes about depersonalization, dealing with that. So feeling out of touch, low energy, low motivation. So, if someone that loses interest out of activity, that's something that they love, and all of a sudden they fall out of love with it. Is it depression? Is it something else? Is it, could possibly lead to suicidal thoughts, that people are given things that they used to love, no longer have the love for it no more,
Yeah.
So those are just some signs that you could, see or look for.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, they can be very common. Like somebody that doesn't sleep much, man, how many of us really get the sleep that we need, first off? And if you even get busy, so does that make you, going through high energy, low energy, losing interest? Just, it's very difficult. So that's why we always say, hey, refer to the professionals. But from kind of the research that, I was doing, I found out that there's not just one bipolar. There's bipolar 1 and bipolar 2.
Did not know that.
Yep, exactly. Just that fast. So it got me kind of more interested in the topic, kind of what's the difference. And again, like I said, when we hear this word used, it's not necessarily taken the most seriously. I've even heard, like, again, people talking about Kanye West and, his bipolar disorder and stuff like that, and him saying it on songs. That's not my disability, that's my superpower. But when you really look at what it is, it's defined by mania. That's like the word of the day with bipolar. We've heard that word.
What is mania?
Mania is like it's a extremely elevated or excitable mood usually associated with bipolar. So a condition where you have periods of abnormally elevated or extreme mood changes, energy levels and activities. So, we've heard of a maniac. Man, he's a maniac, going crazy,
Yep.
elevated activity, increased, energy, all this stuff. And so a lot of times when we hear of people that get, emergencies and have to go to an emergency clinic or whatever because they're having an episode, it's when they're in this manic state. That's when people get committed and things like that.
Almost like a panic attack in a sense.
Yeah, but it's just, and it's defined, and you kind of ran into a list of the symptoms or whatever, but you actually have to have 3 of the 7. There's kind of 7 symptoms that you kind of briefly went over. You have to have 3 of them for a 7-day period straight for most, if not all, of the day during that time. So it's not like, that's to be bipolar 1. That's the,
Okay.
So, you have to have, again, distractibility, impulsivity, grandiosity, or, again, out of touch reality, thinking you're bigger than you are, thinking you're God or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Flight of ideas. If you talk to somebody with, that this is going on with, you'll talk to them for 5 minutes and they'll give you a million different, subjects that they cover, and that's also associated with rapid and pressured speech. Agitation, increased activity levels, just can't stay still, and also sleep issues. A person who really has, bipolar disorder, or manic depression, they don't need to sleep. It's like they're not sleeping and they're fine with it. They'll be up for like 7 days, like telling the doctor, "I'm good, man."
Oh no.
So,
And just to put this out there, for the people that deal with anxiety, when we're listing off the symptoms, please do not go look up these symptoms, and no, you do not have bipolar disorder or anything.
Exactly.
I'm in the same boat. I used to do it all the time. I'd be reading, I think I got that. Yep, that's what I got. That's what I got. It doesn't help anxiety at all. Because anxiety is like, you know what, you're right, you do got that. Why does your arm feel tingly? Oh, I think you're about to have a heart attack. Why is your heart beating? See, and then just snowballs. Don't do it to yourself. I used to be in that cycle all the time.
Yep, exactly. So here on Consider Your Mind, we are continually advocating for people to go seek professional diagnosis and help, okay? We're just lay people, amateurs, trying to put information out there. But in order again, these things do need to be taken seriously. And if you feel, some type of way about it, really get an actual, clinician diagnosis. But again, that's defined. You have to have 3 of those, 7 symptoms for, 7 days straight for most of the day. Now, bipolar 2, is different in its intensity. So for bipolar 2, you have those manic episodes for 4 days. You only need to have it for 4 days. And then that's something called like hypomania instead of going extra. So it's kind of just defined by length. Length and period of time.
Okay.
That's it. One's for 7 days and kind of one is for 4 days. And, a lot of people think they have to go through some type of real depressive episode, where they're really down and having suicidal thoughts. Not necessarily, But the thing to keep in mind is, just like you said, you don't want to, jump out the window and all of a sudden, oh man, I got this, I got that, and Googling, and WebMDing yourself. There's some things that can eliminate the possibility of it being bipolar disorder. So things to look out for are it can't be caused by a medical illness or other psychiatric issue. So, I didn't know this, but so, again, thyroid issues, which I know, kind of regulates hormones, I believe. So thyroid, trauma to the brain, like a traumatic brain injury, to the frontal lobe or a seizure, or corticosteroids that people use for asthma. Those things can actually, put you in some of these, states, put you in a manic state. But it's a medical thing. It's, not a disorder. And so it also, again, we've seen this, man. It can't be caused by illicit drugs, okay? Because if you see somebody on cocaine, yeah, they're manic. You see the dope, crackheads and stuff. We see activity. Yeah, that's not they're causing themselves. The drug is doing that to them. It's mimicking a manic state. And then also it can't be better diagnosed or by another, or better defined by another mental illness, you know. So that's kind of, again, the criteria to look out for. So it's just not everything. If you have these things, like, you want to look out, hey man, if there's something, medical reason, is there, a physical reason, is there a trauma that, what's happened to the brain, what are you on? Are you on, some substances that are affecting your brain? And, have you got any other diagnosis from a medical professional that could better explain what you're going through?
Right.
So, that's kind of, brief, rundown to that. What to kind of look out for. And again, it was information that, again, I didn't even know there were two types of, bipolar, or that manic depression was also known as bipolar,
I didn't know that it was almost categorized or split between bipolar 1 and 2 based on the length that you have in those episodes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when I was,
it's real technical. Yeah.
Because when I was reading some of the symptoms, again, I was like, oh, okay, I do deal with certain aspects of having a bunch of lows and highs. And when I do get mad, it does get to that point where I do get to an extreme level. This is back in the day. I've calmed down a lot since then. But it's like, I thought I was bipolar for the longest time, because some days I'd be good, some days I'd be bad. And then just looking too much into it, you know what, I'm thinking too much. I'm just having bad days and good days like everybody else. That's all it is.
Exactly.
So it's nice to know that you would be bipolar, or, whatever. I see a professional for an actual diagnosis, but to see that, okay, I've been feeling like a certain way for 4 days, maybe I should get that checked, So
yeah, if you're just going through it, we all go through stuff, I mean, if you lose a family member or a loved one or something like that, the grieving process, that can put you in, certain states for periods of time. But so that's why I'm glad we kind of talked about, okay, what is it specifically, so that if you're, going through this for this length of time, this is when you need to, you might be in the danger zone for it. And at the end of the day, if you've ever had a manic episode, if you've had it for, any of these things for 3 of those 7 for, 7 days, or in any period of time, you do have, the bipolar disorder. Like we said, there's no cure for it. There is treatments and, things to do like that. But, it's kind of like, if you have it, you have it. It's not one of those things you necessarily go over. It's get over. It's just one of those things that you, treatment and, maintain over time.
And if you're going through it, and if you're somebody that deals with bipolar disorder, we like to hear from you too. We want to hear your story, how you dealt with it, what were the signs for you, how did your family end up, giving you support and stuff like that. We like to hear it, because other people might be in the same shoes and looking for guidance, or at least some advice that they could, work with. So it's like, yeah, you can say, go seek professional help, but to hear from other people, that might be the extra encouragement or nudge that they need for them to help themselves. So let us know.
Man, shout out. Yeah, man, for sure. And also we put in the link too, and we spoke about in a previous episode of Selena Gomez, actor, singer. She started her own kind of mental health website, newsletter, and what kind of inspired her was her family encouragement, but that she was is living with bipolar disorder. She has it. So again, I give kudos to especially people in the public eye who are always open for criticism, basically, to put out something that a lot of us would be ashamed or try to hide. She's put it out there, how she's living with it and dealing with it, to really encourage others, man. So shout out to her and people like that, because it's serious, man. That you kind of go through later on this in this episode. These things ruin people's lives. If somebody has a manic episode for a week, man, they could run off to New York or Vegas or whatever, get the Bellagio biggest suite, go gamble and, prostitute and do all types of stuff that they never normally would do, and really can ruin their lives, on some impulsivity stuff, things that people would never do. And then, they go through this, and then their whole life can change. So
it's definitely something not to be taken lightly.
It's not a game. It's not a game, people.
It is not. Sure. And yeah, we'll have the link for you guys to check out the Selena Gomez mental health article stuff she does. Yeah. Let's see.
But yeah, man, similar to that, man, I saw you kind of ran across an article about a dude that was it nearly cost him dearly, cost him his company, his condition.
Yeah, so pretty much I was reading up on some news and came across an article about Andy Dunn, who's a co-founder of Bonobos. Who was diagnosed with bipolar disorder 16 years earlier, apparently, and He didn't want to, he kept that to himself, as most of us tend to do. You get news you don't like, you kind of either deny it or don't want to tell anybody because you're kind of ashamed of, dealing with a certain mental illness or whatever it may be. So after, feeling that his fear was because of the whole, public eye, the whole way that society looks at mental health has a bad stigma around it, right? So that's what he was fearing, that if people knew about him, his diagnosis, it would prevent him from even becoming as successful as he is or as successful as he wanted to be. He felt that would hinder his chances and his opportunities because he dealt with a disorder. So
that makes sense.
yeah, so doing that was his big thing. Where he literally almost lost his company because of it, because it was affecting his job. It was affecting his mood. No one wasn't really understanding what was going on. If he would have his low moments, and so can't get a hold of him. What's he up to? La da da. So you can see how that would affect the business. If you got somebody that's running a business, is not fully there or capable to do it, it puts a lot of people at risk of losing their jobs and losing money. And this is not just a cashier job. He's owning a company, like a big company, and you're in charge
to
of
your
a lot
point,
of people.
man, he has employees.
Yep.
Exactly.
People that depend on him, and that's a lot of stress in itself already. And then you're dealing with a mental illness that could, that's a big issue to deal with, and a lot of load to take on. But through his experience and everything, he found that talking about mental health, like what we all been advocating here, actually helps. He found out that talking about it with somebody at least gave him some type of release, or made him at least feel a little bit better, knowing that he's not alone. A lot of people do deal with these issues. So,
and that's the main thing, to know that you're not alone, straight up.
yeah, and keeping him to himself, he often wondered if he would be able to raise, the 128 million that he did if people knew about his disorder. Would those opportunities still be there if they said, that's, Andy Dunn, he has a mental issue. Let's not.
Yeah, that's the bipolar guy over there.
Yeah.
We sure want to, invest behind him, give our mom. That's a great point, man.
Thinking back, he wished maybe he would have gone about it differently. Maybe it wouldn't have been as bad, which, nowadays it isn't. It's more acceptable, and it's like, what would have, one of those, if I would have done this, would have been different. So got him thinking about that, and overall, it's just pretty much he wants people to start making it a norm to talk about mental health in workplaces, because it affects more than just the work. It goes into their lives and other people around them too. So trying to make it a norm where he felt like these companies should start investing money to give their employees better health, mental health.
Okay.
Investing
in your employees' mental health.
Yeah. And one of his quotes from the article was, "None of us should have to wait to meet near catastrophe to be healthy. We shouldn't have to wait for that moment where it's like, And a lot of times, unfortunately, that is how life is in society. It's like, we don't appreciate someone until they're gone. We don't appreciate, we don't give them the flowers while they're here. Or it could have, all this would have, should have, game. It's like, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait to take care of yourself. Just do it.
Yep, for real, man, because it can just get worse.
Exactly.
It's just more risky the longer you wait. Because it's, as I said, if you've gone through it, if you have it, you have it. And you don't want to sit there having that waiting game of, when it's going to pop up again or when it's going to flare up. That's, again, more anxiety on you, more stress on you. And so, again, talking about it, having that release, man, that is so important, because the thing is, with these disorders, it isolates you, makes you feel alone, it makes you feel crazy. I think we all need to repent, myself included. I repent of just throwing casually out there, man, such and such, all moody, man, they bipolar self. You need to stop with your bipolar self or your OCD, and man, you need to, can't pay attention to ADHD. Like, we really need to stop joking about about people, because it's making them feel, like I said, when you're trying to have a business, when you're trying to achieve in life, and stakes are high. You got to raise hundreds of millions of dollars for these companies. That could have really prevented him from, again, all the people that now work for him, are employed, takes care of families and stuff. Yeah. So, taking care of yourself, man, it's not just always about you. It can really help out the others in your life and the things that you're trying to do. It's really not always just about you. You never know what you're doing for somebody else when you're doing something for yourself. So,
You gotta
Shout
learn,
out to that, man.
yeah.
I need to hit up bonobos now. You know, I've been seeing it, but now I'm like, okay.
It's just crazy to think because pretty much overall the article was just saying, speak up. You know, if you're having issues, problem, talk to somebody. It does not hurt. It's it can go a long way just having a simple conversation with a friend. It could be a random conversation in the middle of the night. You gotta talk to somebody, just call somebody, or talk to somebody. Hop online. There's support groups that you could just chat with too. So
and hopefully, like he says, you know, in the workplace, you know, employers will hopefully have it more acceptable and have more resources for them. Because I think I remember with our episode when we had your girl Leela T on here, she said it was her coworkers that told her, you know, to go get some help. Yeah. They are the ones that noticed, you know, the changes in her, and so that she can go get her, real professional help and get the diagnosis and the help that she ultimately needed. But it started in the workplace. Sometimes it starts exactly right there.
Right.
So,
and you know, if you're the friend and you feel like your friend is not being who they actually are, or they feel like they're acting a little different, just speak up to them too, man. You're not saying anything, making them aware that you're aware. It doesn't help anybody. So, you know, if you feel like your friend needs a help, or just be like, just take the time, be like, hey, you all right? You good? You know, like just check on your friends, man. That's it.
For sure. And that kind of transition to the second part of the episode, because I want to commend you for being a friend and checking on me these many months since we started this podcast.
Of course.
Because I do have a very special announcement to make, and I've had to hold it in for, you know, a long time. You know, so when you said, hey, talking to somebody about having that release is so important. And if anybody follows me on social media at all, you know, I don't really post personal stuff. I've only gotten on to post things about Consider Your Mind, you know, for the brand and everything like that. So, but this last week, I finally posted a picture of my firstborn son, Isaiah Curtis Pye. Yes, so he was a father.
Congratulations,
so,
bro.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. And what's wild is Mino's really, really supportive and there for me, because I found out that she was pregnant. It was an ex-girlfriend at the time. We'd already been broken up for a while, and then, you know, she hits me with an ultrasound picture. You know, hits me with the ultrasound picture, tells me she's 5 months. You know, this was like mid-December, right when I started right before we're about to launch the platform.
See what happens when you watch too much reality TV?
Man, man, it's like, no, it's not quite 16 and pregnant, because I'm grown as heck, and so is she. We were plenty grown, but it's reality show crazy in that way. It's all of a sudden, bam, you know, moved on from the relationship, got this new endeavor I'm about to start. I'm in therapy, getting, you know, better and stuff like that, and then right as I'm about to, you know, launch this platform, I get that. Boom, that news that she's 5 months. And, so,
I didn't even find out about it.
You didn't, and I didn't tell you right away,
later.
bro. I'm telling you, I had to hold it. I had, you know, had some close family and things like that I told, you know, obviously my parents, and just going through it mentally, because this is not the way I thought it was going to be, you know.
I mean, what was it like for you, you know, like, just take us through that journey from, like, you know, your first time dad, man.
Man, it's a
lot of emotions, I bet.
What? This has been, like, again, an emotional roller coaster.
I bet,
all right.
Man.
Before, I would have been insensitive and say, man, I was bipolar. I was going up and down. No, that's not right. That wasn't the truth. Okay. But it's been a lot of emotion. Because, you know, there's uncertainty, you know, how things are going to go. It's not like, you know, we were married. We weren't even necessarily together at the time.
Right.
And then, you know, just figuring out what the next, you know, steps were, because, again, employed, have a job, have this platform I'm about to start talking and getting vulnerable on, and literally having a show about vulnerability and your emotions and putting yourself out there, while I have this thing going on in the background that I can't really necessarily speak about until, you know, we get the official stuff, get the paperwork, you know what I'm saying? Right. And so that I could, you know, really put it out there, you know, to the public. So it's, you know, it's been a lot. And I'm actually at my parents' house right now. So if y'all hear any background, you know, hey, man, we're sorry about that. But I had to go see my parents, you know, as a new father. I had to go holler at them.
Yeah, get some advice.
And, you know, talk about it. Yeah, got to get some sage advice from my dad, picking his brain. If anybody else out there, our listeners, hey, man, First Time Dads Club, I can use all the the
Support your boy.
information. Yeah, support me.
We're in this
'Cause,
together.
Boy, this is a lot. Yeah. But no, it's been a blessing. But it just has been difficult.
Yes,
But I
that-
thank God for therapy, man. I'm gonna tell you it again. I'm an advocate. I'm a product of this. There's no way I would have the relationship that I currently have, again, with the mother of my child, with the mind state that if I hadn't gone to therapy, no, we wouldn't be cool. Like, I
Right.
just wouldn't be there. Not only would I not be doing this podcast, but I really, again, I wouldn't have had the emotional capacity to keep it cool and to keep the positive things in my life going. I would have self-sabotaged.
Oh,
Absolutely. I could see it right now. And so I just, again, I'm thankful that I got the help, in the process of getting the help at that time when I got that news, and it's continued it throughout. So
the real question is, though, what color jersey is he going to be wearing?
Oh, man. You know what? The color jersey is definitely, because, I live in St. Louis, and, that's where she is. She's from there. Her mother is a big sports fan. Shout out to Miss Kathy, so now she's the first-time grandmother. Mm-hmm. But Miss Kathy is a huge hockey fan, and she likes baseball, too. And so I guess he'll be wearing a Blues jersey, St. Louis Blues jersey, and a Cardinals jersey. That's what he's going to be on. But they don't have a football team, so you know what it is, Vikings, man.
Oh, yeah. But looks like we're going to have to get a Twins jersey and a Wild jersey, too. Just saying.
Yeah, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Just saying.
I'll put the registry link below. I'm just joking. No, that would be corny.
But for real, though, it'll be a registry link in the bottom of the bio.
No, man. So, yeah, just deciding little things like that. And to keep it real, it's just happened. My son will be 1 month old, by the time this podcast comes out.
Already?
Posted it.
A month?
Yeah, the 16th.
Man.
He was born on the 16th. So,
wow. That's
even
right.
again, these last few episodes, I've had to even before, again, the official paperwork and all that stuff had to come out. And so I couldn't even say he was here the whole time. These last episodes, I couldn't even say much. So I know it's had an effect on my mood. I know it's had an effect on.
Yeah,
I
bet you all that stress, everything just melts away when he's in your arms.
Man,
nothing matters.
It's
Nothing
miraculous.
else matters.
Man,
nothing else matters. But
it's miraculous. I don't even be hungry.
Right?
It's just, you don't need nothing, just staring at him. And right now, my job really is, again, he's just like a month old, so breastfeeding and all that. So I'm just a holder. I'm a substitute holder. I come in from time to time, give some relief so they can do some stuff around the house. And again, shout outs again to her mother, Miss Kathy. They really are the team that makes it go.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just, substitute hold. I do change. I know how to change diapers though.
There you go.
I had.
Thing. Wait till you start eating solid food, baby.
That's again, yeah, man. So I'm blessed as well. Like I said, I have a new job recently.
Yep, congratulations on that too.
Yeah,
See, man, things are just falling into place, bro. I'm telling you.
God is good, bro. Like I'm
It's
telling you,
all
it's just
gonna
the
work
timing
itself
of it.
out. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But that had an anxiety in and of itself because I was waiting to hear about that new job. At the same time, my son his due date was due any day, and oh man, I'll tell you, man. I guess I had a episode of a manic type in this way.
Which is understandable.
I remember the day he was supposed to be due because they did have to induce her. He was chilling, I guess. So the day he was supposed to be due was
I'm not ready yet, Pops.
When it was a Wednesday. Yep, it was supposed to be that Wednesday. But if they weren't by Friday, they were going to induce her. So that Friday it came, and I had an appointment to go get my hair done. My locks retwisted, and I was thinking I may have to cancel it because what if she goes in labor done and boom, I gotta go.
Right.
And so I'm by my phone all day, like distracted or whatever, can't really pay attention, bro. I went to the gas station to go on my way to get my hair done, and I drove off with the hose in the tank, bro. Dead serious. I ain't never done that before, bro. Just bust a little spring off the
wow.
the nozzle. I was like, oh my goodness.
Did you continue driving, or you went back and fixed it?
No. Boom. I crap. So I got out my car and put it back and everything. I ain't trifling now. Got some home training. I don't even embarrass my mama like that. But no, and then I get to the hairdresser's place, and like I said, I didn't tell everybody, but of course you're gonna tell your barber, your hairdresser, the stuff. And so she knows about the situation, and I actually use her bathroom, before we start. Go to the bathroom, and I'm washing my hands, and I come downstairs, she's doing my hair, and I'm just like, man, do you hear something leaking? I was like, yeah, man, I forgot to turn her water off in the bathroom. I flooded it. I had to give her like a $50 tip. I'm like, I'm so sorry, man, I didn't flood you. Bro, my brain was just
Out of what?
I was manic. Yeah, it was manic, man. I was all over the place.
It's just another Manic Monday.
Man, yep. And then I was able to see him once they got out the hospital on the 3rd. You know, that's our dog, Ozzy. Shout out to the dog lovers of the world. I'm with you. Not a cat man like that. And, yeah, man, so I got to see him. And again, when I held him in my arms, bro, like he was just a little bitty thing. And it was just like I was like that movie, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. You remember that one? Like, it was like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Then they have a Honey, I Blew It Up, and they blew up the baby. You know, so it's like this giant baby walking around. That's how he felt. Like, bro, this giant. Like, he's this little bitty thing. But in my life, he became massive. And so every other thing just became smaller. It's not that I didn't have certain emotions or it wasn't mad. All these things I was feeling maybe or going through. It's just that it meant less compared to how happy I was feeling, you know, to have him.
Right.
You know, to really, you know, have my first child be a boy. And he looked like me too, boy. What? Man,
That's awesome.
I'm just...
That's
yeah,
awesome,
all those,
man.
yeah, man, all those worries and stuff, and oh man, even feelings of embarrassment because again, it's not exactly the way we were, you know, planning on doing this, and the wait, like I'm about to be 34 next month. I'm like, dang, waited 34 years to go out like this, you know, you know. But at the same time, it's like, you know, hey,
It's all good.
now I'm looking at it, little Isaiah boy. Hey, it's all worth it. Like if that was the plan, if the pandemic happened just to get me out of Minnesota, so I could come to St. Louis and you know meet her, just so we can make him. Hey, I guess it was all worth it because it's an amazing feeling.
But everything was good. Everything healthy, baby. Everything was good.
Healthy, very, very healthy. Yeah, man.
Nice.
He's got a little, you know, his head's still forming, so we got a little lump on the side of his head and stuff.
Yeah.
Came out with hair and everything, so he didn't even come out bald.
Automatically, I'm
And-
jealous.
yeah. He got and yeah, man. He's she said, you know, took him to the doctor's office and said he's actually ahead of schedule, so he's doing really good. We're able to start this thing called tummy time pretty soon. That's a technical term where you let the baby on their stomach for a while.
Okay.
And so I guess his little arms are getting strong enough to push off, you know. Because that's what he does, man. When you're holding him up here, like on your chest or whatever, he's constantly
Pushes
pushing. You know, people that have, you know, infants know it. Be head butting you. They can't control their head yet, so they're pushing off and head butting you constantly.
Oh man, can't wait to meet him, man. I gotta meet him.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait to Once he gets a little bit older, obviously, then we'll be able to bring him up to Minnesota. See
We
his
gotta
other.
build us tough skin, man. Gotta give him
Yeah,
the
man.
northern weather.
Yeah, but they say he doesn't do heat well. You know, his mom
There
don't
you go,
either.
see?
So yeah, so I'm like, hey, you never know.
Well, you tell Miss
So
Kathy,
listen.
you know, it might suit him to be in the state of hockey. Just saying, Miss
Hey,
Kathy.
you know what? Especially he could grow up to be a little hockey player, so you
True.
never know. And that's
Yeah.
the thing I've been thinking. You know, you start thinking about, wow, you know, what you gonna be like that Will Smith song, "Just the Two of Us" way back in the day. You know, about his first son Trey. I get it,
He's gonna save the world. That's what he's gonna do.
bro. And I'm telling you, I feel like that time I'm looking at him like, oh, this man right here, you got to be special, man.
Oh, what? You
'Cause-
Spider-Man? I knew it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be something. Maybe you're gonna cure something, you know.
Right.
Maybe you'll be, you know, I don't know. But I'm excited to be a part of the journey, you know. I get to be a part of that. And it's a blessing, you know.
If you can figure out how to get my knees back, I'd be happy.
Get your knees back, yeah. You know, hey, yeah, maybe what you gonna be? A general, a doctor, maybe an MC. You know, I feel it. You know, you can do, you know, whatever you want. And but to think about it too makes me feel old in one way. I'm like, man, when my son graduates, he's gonna be 20, 40, bro.
Oh, don't get me started.
That's crazy. I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, I'm glad. Well, sheesh, I guess I did wait good and long enough time. Because,
When he's 20,
you know, when he's 20, you know, when he's 20,
I'm
it'll
gonna
be
56.
2024. Bruh, we gonna be.
I'm gonna be.
You
Oh
know?
God, I already feel like I'm 56.
Nah, man, we gonna get you back in ship shape. Don't worry, just a little time. But,
Come
but
on,
yeah, man.
I need that transplant. I need the energy to be around.
That's right, man. Hey, if anybody knows of a
Right.
good kidney,
Right? I am O positive, folks.
for real,
Us
what about
O's.
that, man?
Us O's, man, we
positives.
special. We only could get from another O, man.
Oh.
Right? And we know it as universal donors. That's wild. Like anything that I needed, like to happen for me, is like the longest wait possible. It has to go the opposite around. Like when I was dealing with a lot more health issues, it was crazy. Like I need to do one thing to treat this, but then by treating this, it's going to affect my other thing. So I was like, man, what am I supposed to do?
Exactly. And you don't want to go into a manic state, brought on by medications, because it could happen,
Yes,
man. So
sir.
that's, but no, it's but again, it does suck where you got this one problem. You're trying to solve one problem, trying to get this thing done, but then you have this other monstrous other thing that's hanging over
Right?
your head.
Wow.
It's just like crazy, man. So that's why I'm appreciative. We celebrated the beginning of this episode 20. Man,
Yes.
it's been a journey. It's been lovely. And yeah, sometimes I swear it didn't seem like we was gonna make it. It makes myself personally, I'm like, I am about to, I don't know. I hope I'm holding this thing together okay. But you're just not sure. But, the point is to go through it. And as we always say, man, hey, we going through it with you.
Yeah.
And now I'm going, again, any advice in the chat, comments or whatever for the new dad over here.
Yes.
I much do appreciate it, because this is a heck of a responsibility. And you feel that when you're holding this helpless little,
It's a whole life.
bean-shaped,
It's a life that you're in charge of. Like it's under your guidance, your rules, your
Rules,
protection, everything.
I know, right?
Hey, you'll do just fine, my friend.
Thank you.
You
bro. I
are
appreciate it.
just great man. You are, and I have no doubt, man. You're a good guy, man. You deserve it. I'm happy that your child, your first child, your son.
Bro,
It's healthy.
I'm telling you, man. And you know what? And this is the truth. And I've always heard it from parents when they say, "Oh, I just hope it's healthy. Just hope it's healthy." I never, man. I'm telling you, that week leading up to it, boy, that's all I was thinking too.
People don't know.
Even though I know the gender and all that stuff from the ultrasound, I was literally thinking just like that, just to be healthy. Lord, I just worries, man.
And I didn't know that when people are having babies, the chance of them being healthy is really not that. I guess you
things
say
can go
common.
wrong.
Yeah.
Just even the delivery.
It's like,
oh my God. Yeah.
my friend was saying, it's more common that something is not always like perfect, obviously, and it's scary because it's just out of your hands. You just hope that things come out, how they should. You know what I mean? So it's like it's making sure to hear the baby cry when they come out, and you're just waiting, and you're like, just
Yeah, you literally are just happy to hear it cry, because that means it's healthy or something. It's just weird. You're like, okay, you don't even take it.
And after that, no more crying.
Yeah. We know.
But how is he? Is he a crier? Does he cry a lot at night? Do you know?
No, he's not. He be sleeping, man. That dude.
Child, yeah, he's
Man,
trying to get big.
he opens his eyes when he feels like it.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed about him. He ain't on anybody else's time but his own, man. So, and I love it though.
That's what's
So I'm glad I could share that finally, get that out. Episode 20. I joined the dad club. The fatherhood. You know what I'm saying?
And before we get rolling out, got our our mental break portion of the show. So I got a quick question for you, man. With everything that's been going on, you need some type of escapism, like our other episode. What's the top 3 musicians or artists that you listen to escape, to get out of the stress, and just you want to kick back after a long day of work, turn on some music, and just chill?
No, that's a great question. Actually, I've recently got more into like instrumental, like EDM kind of music, like remix type music. So like people like Petite Biscuit. There's another one I'm thinking of, like Toki Monster, stuff like that. So stuff without a lot of lyrics, or if they are, they're kind of repetitive, like lyrics.
Simple.
So stuff like that. And then recently I just got back on because I was doing this doing this drive, and my thing went out or whatever, so I had to use a CD. And man, Sade came through, bro. Sade's voice just relaxes you. Sade, bro. SADE. People that if you know, you know. Lovers Rock. She's the one that I have. Yeah, exactly. She's old school. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago. Her. Smooth Operator. She's Smooth Operator. Yeah,
everybody,
man,
you should know that one.
Thank you. Yeah, Smooth Operator. So Sade, and then actually, like jazz. I'm not gonna say I'm a huge jazz head like that, but I really like horns and stuff.
Okay.
So any type of jazz or even borderline funk, like I said, I like horns. So anything that's got like where I can kind of get lost in the instrumentation when I really start listening. So that's how I use to escape. Anytime I can start just really listening to a song and picking out the little rises and breaks and samples and stuff like that.
Okay.
That relaxes me, man. You know.
That's what's up. I
Get
can
the
dig
vibe,
it.
man.
I
Yeah.
can dig it. Yeah.
What about you, man? Because I know you're the music guy, man. You be making beats
Dude,
over here, so.
I love music, and music is very important to me. I mean, I do music myself. I write and make music. But to me, for me to escape, I need to really vibe out, and it's got to make me feel a certain way. Like if I'm down, I could listen to it and put me in a better mood right away. So the song wise lately, I don't know why, but it's been Post Malone, Circles.
Post Malone? Okay, hey, Post Malone got them hits, bro.
Yeah.
Post Malone's music is.
No, not
Shout
Circles.
out
I'm
to that
sorry.
dude.
Sunflower.
Sunflower.
That song just puts me in a happy mood.
Bro, that song was huge. I remember, yeah.
Yo,
that blew up.
I was
man.
in a bad mood. I just turned on that song, and automatically, yes, just the sound of the song. Oh man, it's fun. Yes, it's just the vibe. I was
That
I
is a
found
vibe,
myself
you're
cleaning
right.
my whole house to that song on repeat. I was just, man, it took me. It just makes me feel good, all right. And another one.
That's true.
Is like when I'm just chilling, let's say I'm just getting things ready to do like a barbecue or something, just hanging out. I like Drake's Coming Home or Home.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Similar vibe to Sunflower. I like that beat, it's just steady. But that I could just chill out and not, Sunflower makes me want to dance around the house. This one just makes me want to chill out. And then my number one that I listen to the most is, believe it or not, I just have a playlist that plays lo-fi beats. Okay.
Okay, lo-fi.
Lo-fi beats when I'm just hanging out. It's just instrumentals. It's a playlist on YouTube. You type in lo-fi, you just chill out. I could just be chilling, cleaning the house, or just literally just vibing, relaxing, stretching, working out. I'll listen to lo-fi. It just gets me in the mood where I could just not too high, not too low, just
Okay, I'm about to
even
look that
keel.
up. Lo-fi playlist. You know.
When you're just chilling, doing whatever chores around the house, just listen to lo-fi. It's just a chill beat. You can find yourself singing your own lyrics in your own tunes, rapping your own lyrics in your own tunes, or just humming whatever. But it just puts you in the mood. Just chill. You just do anything. You just go ahead and zone out. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's my 3, and that's our episode this week.
For sure,
Congratulations, Eric, on a beautiful,
Thanks,
healthy
bro.
boy. And guys, if you haven't tuned in to last week's episode, go ahead and check that out.
Please do that.
And next week, I don't believe we have
next week we have a very special guest. Actually,
we do.
As I mentioned, I do go to one-on-one face-to-face therapy in St. Louis through this company called Change Inc. And one of the therapists, I got in contact with them, said that we're doing this show, and if they had any therapists that they'd like, we'd love to have any guests on, to share their opinions. And so they got back to us, and so we're going to have licensed therapist Courtney Dollins. Courtney Dollins is going to be here next week, and we're going to talk on the subject of depression. Again, where we've heard of, we throw it out there even, but she's going to give some expert opinions and advice on those who are dealing with that very serious topic of depression. So I'm super excited to have that. It's a collaboration that's been in the making for a little while now, and that's what we want to do here at Consider Your Mind. We want to continue to give you quality information, so encourage you to go ahead and reach out and improve the quality of your mental health, and which will ultimately improve the quality of your life. So tune in next week. Can't wait to see you again. And on that note, thanks for all the well wishes and the comments and the love that you've given so far. We really do appreciate it, and we will see you next week. Peace.